Chuck, you're on with Tom Morello.
Hey, Chuck.
How you doing, Tom?
Hey, what's going on, man?
We have had conversations like this before.
Oh, fantastic.
It's good to speak to you again from San Antonio.
It's always a pleasure.
I want to get to the first question, a couple softball ones at first, but
Okay.
the haunting guitar solo on Like a Stone, where the hell did that come from? And when you created it, when you made it up in your room or whatever, did you just look at yourself in the mirror and go, "Holy crap"?
Well, you know what? It was actually as we were writing the song "Like a Stone," it was on the first pass of playing the song through. That's the guitar solo that just happened. You know, that I just improvised when we wrote the song. It sounded good to my ears then, and I just kept You know, every time since then that we played the song, I just played that guitar solo with it. It just felt absolutely right. And the funny thing is that another song on the record, "I Am the Highway," I was playing a very, very similar solo, to the Like a Stone solo. And when we were recording the record, I had to decide which of those two songs that solo would go in. And I think I made the right choice because it sounds pretty good in that song.
So what you're telling me is you pulled that out of your ass, basically.
It was just an improvised solo the first time as we were writing as the song went down the first time. Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It proves to me once again, not kissing your ass, that you're one of my guitar gods.
Oh,
that's a good thing.
Well, thanks very much.
No.
Thanks.
Tell me about the next single. It's Show Me How to Live.
Yeah, Show Me How to Live is the next single, and we wanted to come with a real rocking jam. And this one is, we picked this song because not only is it one of the most ferociously riff-rocking songs on the record, but because it's really uniquely Audioslave, and it's a kind of song that there really aren't any other band anything like it right now. And we just filmed the video for it out in the desert here in California, and it's pretty exciting video. And this is going to be a fun song to be playing this summer on the Lollapalooza.
I'm looking forward to Lollapalooza. I want to get to that here in just a few moments.
Sure.
But as I understand it, you've been doing a little DJing here and there.
That is correct.
What is all about that, and how do you feel about being a quote-unquote DJ?
Well, what you're talking about is Serge Tankian from System of a Down and myself have a nonprofit political organization called Axis of Justice. And we have a radio station, or we do a radio program here in Los Angeles called the Axis of Justice Radio Network. And you can learn more about it on our website at axisofjustice.org. That's AXIS. But basically, it's a show where we play rebel music of different genres and have interesting people to interview, like director Michael Moore, people like that. And then Serge and I just talk about music and the times we live in. And it's a pretty great opportunity to, to express an opinion as well as turn people on to a variety of music. Because the one thing, as a longtime fan of music and as a fan of socially conscious music, I think that fans of Rage Against the Machine or System of a Down or Audioslave may not know that the lyrical content of those bands has something in common with Bob Dylan or something in common with Bob Marley or Public Enemy. And on the show, we pull a thread between all of those different genres of music and sort of talk about where they come from and what it's about.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
As you say that, you have a point.
Yeah.
A lot of those bands and a lot of y'all as musicians do have common threads.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, how did y'all become involved with Lollapalooza? Who made the first call?
Yeah, Perry called me up, and a long time ago, just sort of exploring the possibilities. And it's something that since Lollapalooza has been away, I think the last tour was Lollapalooza was in '96. And at the end when Lollapalooza first came out in 1991, it was clearly the most important concert tour to ever come across America. I mean, it really broke down barriers between music. To have Ice-T and Nine Inch Nails on the same stage was unheard of before Lollapalooza. It was a tour that introduced to America Rage Against the Machine, Tool, Jane's Addiction, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Smashing Pumpkins. The list goes on and on of bands that are sort of the staples of a lot of people's lives and of radio, and that they all were pushed to the forefront by Lollapalooza. And now in these days, where mindless pop music and derivative rock music are in vogue, I think it's really important to have a tour like Lollapalooza with cutting edge bands, great rock music, a diversity of political ideas and music all in one venue is something that's pretty unique, and we're really proud to be part of.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Well, you've toured the world as through Audioslave and through your former band. What's been the most interesting place that you've played to date?
Probably, it would be a toss-up between Iceland and Israel for very different reasons. In Israel, it's just so much like history and Jerusalem, and it's thousands of years of history. And in Iceland, it's just the trippiest looking place on the planet. It's really an unusual, but it looks like it'd be another planet, from the volcanic rock to the sun being out 24 hours a day in the summertime, to the incredible party mentality of the Viking-like people of that northern land.
Wow, was that Rage stuff or Audioslave?
Yeah, that was Rage.
Okay.
Rage, yeah.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah.
As I've read in different interviews here and there, that when Audioslave recorded the album, it had a lot of songs, or a lot of half-written songs that were kind of left over, and I know y'all are pretty prolific musicians. Mm-hmm. Any material that y'all plan on releasing in the future, as far as B-sides in Europe, soundtracks? Yeah. What can we expect for another more fix of Audioslave?
Yeah, well, we have released a couple of the songs as B-sides, but with this record, we really took a lot of care in crafting an album that sounds like an album as opposed to a collection of singles or whatever. Because some of my favorite records, whether it's the Clash's "London Calling" or Led Zeppelin IV or Public Enemy, "It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back," you can drop the needle on the first track and listen all the way through, and it makes sense as a record. And we really wanted to do that with this record. We spent a tremendous amount of time, poring over the songs and to make a cohesive listening whole with this record. So what that means basically is that some of the songs that got left off were just as good as some of the songs that were on. So whether we re-record them or release them on the next record, I'm not sure. But right now we're just having a great time rocking these jams on these shows.
I understand that through some of the shows, Chris is doing some solo, or he's on stage solo doing acoustic guitar. What kind of stuff is he doing on stage by himself?
Well, the one song that he's been performing is the song that Elvis Costello made famous, called "What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding," which Chris does an absolutely angelically beautiful version of solo acoustic. And he also plays some acoustic guitar on our song "I Am the Highway."
Okay. Now, Harvard's where you graduated from, right?
That's correct.
What did you study there? I've interviewed you about 10,000 times. I've never asked this question.
I majored in political science.
All right. So what would you do if the musician stuff ended and you fell back on your degree? What would you apply that to?
Probably that my twin passions are playing guitar and pursuing political activism. Fighting the power has been an important part of my existence since I was a teenager. So if I wasn't doing what I try to do is mix them together. But if I wasn't playing guitar, I'd probably focus on that exclusively.
Okay, all right. I got an interesting question, and I hope I say this right, because I was having a hard time understanding it in my own head.
Yeah.
You got it's strange how that works. You got the country music side of the world and what happened to the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
Why do you think that rock bands like yourself, like Surge and System of a Down, Public Enemies, why do you think that the society doesn't go after y'all like society kind of went after the Dixie Chicks?
Yeah, that's hard to say. It's probably because there's I don't know whether there's a greater recognition in rock circles that freedom of speech and dissent are inherently American values. There's nothing the least bit American about blindly following the orders of your government. Like this was a country that was founded on dissent. And it was a country that was founded on questioning authority. And in my view, the best music often does that. And when artists are unafraid to express their opinions, I think that's when when art is much healthier, and that's something that should be encouraged and not discouraged. And and also in the last couple of weeks, I don't know if I've sort of been following the charts a little bit, but the Dixie Chicks have been doing particularly well again. So I think that's all blown over. And I think the fact that they didn't back down from their original statement, but explained it and made it clear what it was that they really were saying, I think, is healthy.
Yeah, I kind of followed the charts as all that was going on. And, you had all these people, I'm protesting, like Father the Redneck, I'm protesting, ain't buying their crap. And I'm looking at the charts each week going, they're selling more albums than they did last week.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's in the aftermath of that, it's funny because a lot of my friends who would never have thought of buying a Dixie Chicks record ran out and bought 2.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I got one final question for you. Have you received any more lap dances on film from porn stars?
You know what? No, I think that may have, you're referring to my dubious appearance in a movie called Maid.
I was so jealous when I found that out, and you and I were talking about that, and it was from Gentile.
Yeah. Oh. Well, let me tell I hate to burst your bubble, but in the context of making a movie where you may not feel sorry for me, but I swear to you that it was a brutalizing experience. Having like 6 hours of pounding like that was pretty. I was bruised from head to toe by the end of it. I don't know if I'm going to go back.
I would gladly trade your trade shoes just for a couple
hours. You
got to
be careful what you wish for.
I don't know, man. I like, some porn stars okay, but Gentile in her day was hot to me.
Yeah. All right. So I'll let them know when they're casting for Maid 2. I'll let them know that you're interested.
Sure, no problem. I know you're going to remember me. All right. Look forward to the single. I think the single comes out the end of this month. The 20th or something like that.
Yep.
And then Lollapalooza here in San Antonio will be August 9th, and that will also be Audioslave's debut here in San Antonio.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to it, and I want to thank you for your time today.
Hey, my pleasure. We're looking forward to it as well. We'll see you this summer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Outside the boundaries of their phony world of kicks is the ever-present possibility of discovery. This must be avoided at all costs. For discovery brings with it the penalties of society. Shame, arrest, prison. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.